I am DragonBabyT, and we are here with some very special guests. Will you please introduce yourselves?
I am Q, or Quinn.
I'm Ron.
I'm Nick.
And we are Amarionette.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And for those people who may not know, who is Amarionette? How long have you guys been a band, and how did you guys get started?
We have been a band since 2010, basically. And the band started previously through two ex-members of the band, The Cab. When they left The Cab, they then started to play with a drummer that was from a different band that was from, I believe, Rise Records. I don't remember what the band's name was. But he played drums for us, and we actually had the bassist from a band called Molotov Solution for a little bit. And all of us were from different. Yeah, we were from different. Yeah, you didn't know, Nicholas?
Yeah.
Nick from Malta?
Yeah.
You heard it
He
here
was the
first,
original
guys.
bassist, and he replaced him. Because, like,
I like that.
Mr. Baum,
I'm not gonna
Mr. Baum. But yeah. So we started just kind of like as a hodgepodge of different band members coming together, and I had to actually audition the band's name before Amarionette was Oh Hello. It was like a Circus Survive song.
Okay.
And I named it Amarionette after a couple months of being in the band. My friend convinced me to audition, so I did, made it. Here we are, because this iteration of Amarionette started after I had met Ron subbing in for his band's old lead singer on a couple of dates, and I had met Nick through the scene. Like, I think you had listened to Amarionette, right? Mm-hmm. And he was in a band called Irva. And they were helping me out when I was doing my little emo acoustic thing that was called Don't Breathe While You Sleep. Don't look it up.
Look it up.
Awful.
I'm looking it up immediately.
I regret all of those songs. But they played the songs and actually made them sound good. So when Nick had hit me up and asked, hey, you want to try to do this Amarionette thing? Because at the time we were like, disbanded after the first iteration. I was just all like, but sure. Like, well, it was because, they were already so good and dope. I didn't know it was going to happen, but we did. And you want to tell the story, you want to tell the story about how you got into the band? Because he thinks he has the gospel virgin truth of how they let Nick tell Nick, you tell the version of how he got in the band, because this man didn't even want this dude in the band at
That's
first,
crazy.
which is crazy because they're best friends now. I don't even know how that happened, but you go ahead. You tell your
It was like an enemies to friends situation.
Tell your truth, baby.
I mean, nothing's changed. Like, he was a poser.
Yo. Wild. Wow.
Just kidding. But I mean, he was kind of a poser. Like, he showed up
He showed up to a park
without a bass.
To a park. We weren't even in the practice space.
I don't know. I don't want to butcher this story, but I was under the impression we were meeting up to audition back in like 2010 or 2011, and this fool showed up with no bass, and I was like, oh,
We were at a park. It was 2010. We were at a park. It was nighttime.
I play electric bass. What am I going to bring? To the park?
He wanted him to bring a stand-up bass.
What am I going to bring to the park? I show up with an amplifier. I go, what do I plug in? What am I going to plug in? You're a poser. You're a poser for that.
I still am.
You're a fake friend.
I am.
And so as the tale is,
Me and I don't want to say the original drummer, but the OG drummer of this lineup, the 2010, 2011 lineup, Justin Brooklyn and I were in a band together, and we were trying to figure out if, like, we wanted to link up with Quinn, and we linked up with Ron as well, and it was like, well, did we go as Irva or did we go as Amarionette? Because at the time, I was in a band called Irva with Justin, and Amarionette had more of a popular name around town, and like, I don't know, the name Amarionette was just cooler than Irva, so we rolled as Amarionette.
Got it.
Irva. I always thought Irva was a dope name, by the way. But like I was just like, okay, cool. And the reason why Amarionette was a little bit more pronounced is because, like I said, the two old guitar players were from a band called The Cab. If you know The Cab, all that stuff. They were on Fueled by Ramen. There was talks with the management group back then from that iteration. So we had played a bunch of shows. And we made a lot of connections and a lot of different stuff that happened. But like at the end of the day, that lineup just kind of fizzled out. Then Paul came with me when we went to play together and we met up. And that's how the iteration of Amarionette kind of started, like this iteration. And my goodness, it's been a minute and some things happened along the way, but here we are.
Some things did happen along the way. There was a break. You took like an 8-year break from the band.
I was searching for fish in the Alaskan woods.
And we love that for you.
You know? I couldn't.
Let me tell you why you didn't find any fish.
I didn't find any fish there.
But he was out there.
I didn't find any fish there.
You ever see the end of The Shining?
No. I've never seen The Shining.
Jack Nicholson, where he's just like frozen, but that was Quinn, and then we defrosted him and he's back.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, he's defrosted.
They sent me back. It took officially 5 years for me to be defrosted.
Okay. And what else did you do in those 5 years besides being frozen and looking for
Other
fish?
than having my lovely daughter, I actually
nice.
started. I started rapping. Like I was rapping when I was like 15.
Burgers?
Yes. Actually, I really did learn how to rap burgers.
Okay.
But but I was rapping and I still do rap. And that's most of the people that when I did leave the band, some people started listening to that music. It's just QEW. And so during that time, I was just kind of honing my craft that way. You guys probably know a song called All I Have, and it's kind of like I was trying to do it inside of this, but now it's like more perfected. So yeah, but that's what I've been doing. And Nikki hit me up and was all like, "Hey, come sing," and I was like, "All right."
That was easy. You are easy. I love that.
Ron hit you up.
Did Ron hit me up? I don't remember who hit me up.
Ron hit him up.
They're pretty much the same person.
Yeah,
now.
same thing.
So you are, at this point, officially back in the band. How does it feel to be back as a unit again? And when was the last time you guys were all on stage together?
2017.
Yeah, it was 2017. Hard Rock Cafe.
January of 2018. It was January of 2018.
Was it?
Yeah, because I was sick with food poisoning. It was like the day after Mariah's birthday. It was in January. I had to drive home. I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking in that.
Yeah,
I was
go
like,
for it.
Yeah. I was like,
Funny story. The last show that we ever did, we played at the Hard Rock. I think the Hard Rock Live in January of 2018, and like the day before, I was at a Seosin show, and I had gotten like gnarly flu or food poisoning or something, but I like had to drive home from California like throwing up on the side of the road. It was horrible.
No.
And I had to play that show like with a fever, like dying.
He looked very pale,
Yeah, like there's pictures of me at that show. Like I just looked like I'm
miserable.
dying, but
but he was still willing.
Yeah, the show must go on, right?
But yeah, so that was the last time that we were on stage together, and yeah.
Are you guys
I was
looking
sick
forward?
and miserable.
Looking forward to playing again on stage?
I'm actually looking forward to it. Yeah, I haven't. You know, I said a couple of the fans like kind of went my way when I started doing the rapping thing,
Okay.
and that's cool, and they still support. But I'm looking forward to seeing like our fans again because it's been a minute. I definitely feel like it's I don't know. We have like a weird chemistry.
Okay.
So no pun intended. Hate that song. So it's just, I don't know. It just feels kind of like reminiscent of like when we were, you know, really just kind of doing a dang thing. Do I have a little?
No, when we were young. You said when we were young?
When we were young? When we were young, looking for more bands? I'm just playing. But yeah, no, that's how I feel. I feel like the reception has been actually very positive and very warm.
Okay.
Getting a ton of DMs from people just like, "Are you back?" So this is confirmation, guys. I am back in the band. Stop asking me. Cool, but I'm here. So it's been great for me. I'm reacclimating to the guys.
Got it.
Because being a solo artist, I ain't talking to nobody except for probably the people that I've collaborated with.
Right.
They're not as close as we are, so it's just kind of like, all right, I'm not used to having like 4 brothers again, and now we have a new drummer, Mr. Justin Conway, and he's literally he slipped in. I don't know. To me, I was like, have you always been here? Like
He's been with the band for a minute.
He's been here for a minute. I was just like, you're dope. You're a dope man.
I was gonna say Justin. Yeah, so Justin's our drummer, Justin Conway, and then AJ, our other guitar player, would be here, but he just had a baby. Like a month and a half ago now. Month and a half ago. He's not sleeping that much, and he texted me. He was like, "Dude, I have not slept yet, and it's been over 24 hours."
When
so,
babies arrive.
which I wish he was here, but yeah.
I'm just happy he's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AJ's back. AJ's been back now since November. He toured with us on that last tour, so.
So the full band is you 3 plus Justin plus AJ.
Yeah, I would say the core is us 3. Like, we've been,
Since we
Created
actually
the
started-
band, essentially.
Yeah, when we started actually doing stuff and we made what people know now as a Marionette, it's been
most of the composition is myself and Ron, and Quinn writes all the lyrics and melody for his stuff.
Okay.
In the past, I've written some lyrics and melody, but not a ton. But
I did write that one riff for. No, I'm just playing.
Well, with that being said, for the old Amarionette stuff compared to the new Amarionette stuff, are you guys trying to lean towards something new and different, or are you trying to tap back into what people know and love as the old Amarionette?
yeah, I mean, as far as new material goes, I think we've definitely tapped into the repeating history era, the more of the rock stuff for right now, and it's been a lot of fun just kind of getting back into the I don't want to say simplistic nature of it, but I guess
We're just heavy again.
yeah, it's heavy and it feels cool. With that being said, I mean, we have a vault of demos, just like demos and demos and demos of things, all different styles. Like, I would love to hear Quinn do a ballad, or even something reminiscent of what we were doing last year or the year before with some synthwave or something like that. But for right now, I think just tapping into more of the rock and post-hardcore that our fans love us for.
They miss that. They ask all the time. At least me personally, they're like, yeah, man, we ain't gonna do something heavy again. When you gonna do something heavy again?
And you're like, I'm trying to spit a hot 16.
I've got 16s.
Yeah.
You want these 16s, but you want it on heavy stuff? That's what you want?
You know, I was going to say, though, too, not to be a broken record, but we are a fans band. Like, we do listen to what our fans want, right? So I think definitely getting back to our roots and kind of getting back to what's being listened to on our Spotify, our Apple Music, it's pretty apparent that our fans, our diehard fans, love what we were doing in 2016, 2017, or even before that. I mean, I still think people were, into the more recent stuff, but the longevity factor, I mean, the proof is kind of in the pudding. It's hard to say what people will be listening to 10 years from now. I don't know, but, luckily, and very grateful that people listen to what we've done over the years, and that it kind of has passed the test of time to some extent, Not that we've done anything. We're grateful that we've, been a part of tours and been able to consistently put out music and records and do what we've done. with both eras. But again, with that being said, we are for the fans, and we're gonna do some really special stuff.
I love that.
Just to kind of cap that off, like, when we started brainstorming like new stuff, and I got started getting shown like riffs and different things, I personally thought that yes, like obviously we're gonna do what is comfortable with us, and what we came up on, but at the same time, like I'm actually really looking forward to dipping toes inside of what the guys have been doing for the last I don't know how many years, like 6 years, 7 years. So just because I've grown as an artist, they've grown as a band, and I think we all just like if we put all that stuff together, then it's probably like the most eclectic Amarionette's been in over a decade now. That's crazy.
That's amazing. Sometimes it takes that time for you guys to you guys came back together and everybody's knowledge is just an evolution of everything. So I love that.
Oh, and one last thing too, like, thank you to all the fans too for the response has been insane since we've like even just announcing a reunion show. Like I think a lot of fans lost their shit. Yeah. Which is awesome. Like Ron kind of you thought the response was going to be how it is, but I didn't.
Yeah, I did. I knew the whole time. I knew this whole time. I was like, they're going to go crazy for this. Next over here, I don't know, man. They may not feel it. Man.
Why did you have doubts?
I think we both kind of had
it's not necessarily doubts. It's just, like, the cautiously optimistic, like, music. You always want it. You want it so bad. Like you think you're like you're on the pinnacle of doing something great always, right? Yeah. And then it always seems like you're like on an uphill battle, or even you're on the biggest tour that you ever done, and then it's over, and you're like, fuck, now what? You know? It's always like the small victories, the small victories, the small victories. But this one felt good. Like it actually felt like, oh shit, we're doing something right. You know? It was cool.
Yeah, the feedback was amazing.
Yeah. Like I keep saying personally, but just speaking for myself, like I wasn't like, oh, it's totally gonna work. It's totally gonna. I was just like, who's gonna care? And then y'all made me see that you actually really cared. So thank you. Appreciate you. A lot of people cared. Didn't really think that. I mean, because I would get DMs over the last 7-8 years. Just about people either growing up with stuff that we did or how lyrics spoke to them, which I'm really big on, like because I write it from my perspective, right, and what I go through in my head and my faith and my life and everything like that. But then for it to speak to somebody else and give them some kind of like comfort or release or relief, and it's just like that's dope. And for them to keep telling me over the last however many years, it's just like, okay, I guess I did something. Yeah. And then the response was I was to be honest, I was a little bit overwhelmed because I was just like, I didn't know y'all were gonna do all that, but let's go. I can't wait to see you.
Yeah, for the reunion show, for whatever comes next for Amarionette. And for those who may have never heard you before, what is one song from y'all's era, or Q's era, everybody individually, what do you think is the one song that you would show somebody who's never heard of Amarionette that encompasses what you guys are?
I know you worded the question differently, but I'm still going to say Novocaine. And here's why, because now I need to explain. I listened. Okay. Like people be, do you even listen to New Amarionette? I did listen to Amarionette the years that I was not there. Sparingly, but Novocaine is one of my favorite of the new songs. No, I ain't gonna sing it because he's dope. But I'm just saying, like, it's one of those things where I was just all like, okay, you took what already made the band great and just kind of like tweaked it. Mm-hmm. Where I kind of wished that we had gotten to that point, because the last song that I recorded with the band was Modern Disco, right? Chemistry. But like, Minor disco as well, and we started kind of going in that direction to where it had those elements that made what I envisioned a Marionette actually sounding like in the future. So I was just all like, I want to do something like that. Man, let me listen to old Under Oath. That didn't work out either.
Got it. Okay.
Great album.
Run.
Well, for me, it's gonna be all Picture Perfect. Anything off Picture Perfect, literally to me, is like the pinnacle. Probably the bonus track songs. Knock Knock, On the Scale, and Carried Away. Those 3 songs are so good, and they like encompass exactly like everything that we do on a day-to-day basis. Like Nick's guitar playing is out of control. Like it's so good. It doesn't involve AJ. It involves our old guitar player Brandon. Brandon's guitar solos in that insane. Quinn's vocals are insane. The bass parts are insane. But it wasn't like, because I feel like the first record, the self-titled, is a little
Kind of fighting each other.
Yeah,
Man.
Everyone's kind of stomping over each other's
That was a
toes.
punch
Like
fest.
everyone's just like,
dear.
let's see how like Quinn's like,
We were trying.
and Nick is, let's go in. We're just all playing as much as we can.
Right.
We're just all full cylinder. This is us.
Like, look at how well we can play our instruments, and then like Picture Perfect came around, and it's like, oh yeah, we're like we're here now. Like we melted it all together, and then the Picture Perfect like EP, the 5 songs was good, but like those 3 songs are like locked in.
Got it.
Locked in.
My favorite's always the next one, because I'm always writing the stuff. But if I have to, like, go into the catalog and, like...
Just gonna pick something deep.
No.
Deepest cut.
No,
We have 8,000 songs that haven't even seen the light.
He's gonna say doses.
I definitely agree with Ron. Like, I always find myself going back to, like, Scooty Puff
Okay.
or Seeds off of Picture Perfect, or Repeating History to me is, like, the pinnacle of the band in terms of that record I could listen to front to back like all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't really, to me, it's like our Riot sort of thing. It's just like every song is
Dang, our Riot.
and that's a really strong statement.
That is a strong statement. Do we
no,
have a
but-
crush? Where's our
Hannah
crush?
Montana.
Is that Hannah Montana?
No,
I
but
love you, Haley Williams.
I just think if you
Haley
really
Jamaican
want to get into the core of like what a Marionette is, either Picture Perfect or anything off of Repeating History. It's too hard to choose a song though.
Really?
Can't
Yeah,
narrow
But
it down.
that's like when we captured what we were doing, and I don't know. There was something special there, even though we didn't know it at the time.
Yeah.
Punk kids fighting and
Now we're just punk adults fighting.
yeah.
In unison this time.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like when the Power Rangers get together and they do their thing,
Yeah.
Captain Planet gets called with all the rings.
Yeah.
Captain Planet.
Yeah.
That's a throwback.
It's crazy though.
These kids don't know nothing about that.
It's crazy when we're in the studio though, and like you don't realize what you're writing and how good it is until years later. Everybody still comes out of the woodworks like the Simpsons meme, like, oh, you guys are doing that again? Like that's so cool.
Yeah.
But
How awesome. Okay, Q, what is the most emotionally damaging lyric you've ever written? With the Marionette.
I mean, it's emotionally damaging lyric. Like, I've done that every record. I've had something on there that was like, why did this happen to me? For Dangerous Times, it's the whole of Pretty Little Liar. For the self-titled, just cross all your fingers and your toes. I don't... Screaming too. For repeating history is dang near the whole album. But before I left, chemistry is all we need. That's all we need.
I was gonna say In Our Bones though was a
In Our Bones though wasn't like a pain song. It was nah. That was more of like a reflection of my faith and everything like that. But as far as like painful lyrics, that Repeating history was a whole lot of painful lyrics.
Twisted.
Twisted was more of like a, hey, yo, boy, you got me twisted, son.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Get out of my face, bro.
You've got that line
fair.
about like misguided ravens or something. I was like, that's a crazy lyric. I
Yeah.
don't know what that, but I don't know why that struck me.
Fly around issues like misguided ravens.
Yeah, I like that.
Because you know when you're in a, like, if you're with your significant other and you're having an argument per se, not maybe not like a serious argument or whatever, but you just kind of keep evading the topic at hand.
Yeah.
You, ironically enough, when crows are concentrated, they're called like a murder.
Yes.
So it's like, you know, that conversation has to go there and it might kill something, but usually, you know, you fly around issues like misguided ravens, so ravens, crows, whatever. But it's just like, you know, that's just the avoidance of that. But yeah, I would say like a lot of that. It maybe like on Repeating History, definitely it was the title track.
Okay.
Repeating History, because there's a lot of like venomous stuff in there that actually to this day I was just all like, I don't know why I said that. That probably and the person that was actually written about talked to me about it.
Oh, damn.
And they were not happy. When they heard it, they were all like, "Oh my goodness!" Look, man,
That was a nervous.
sometimes you gotta. You really sometimes you gotta like.
Millie Rock.
You gotta Millie rock it out. Millie rock the pain, but definitely, I think, that would probably be that. So, the answer to your question, I don't have like one specific painful lyric. A lot of them are super emo.
Got it.
To be honest with you, I'm in a different stage of life right now though, so it's like, I guess like the happier side of emotion.
Emosity. That's a big word for Elmo.
Emosity. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not as like, I'm not bitter about any of the old relationships that I had, but like, so that you probably won't hear too many more. Like, they're still feeling there, but you won't hear too many like, this killed me type lyrics.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's switch into dream collabs. Now that you guys are back as a band again and moving forward as a unit, what is a dream tour that you would like to attach yourself with?
Ooh. A dream tour. I feel like just because we never really got the opportunity to do it, would just kind of tour with some of the bands that came up in our era.
Okay.
Like, I would love to hop on a tour with Sleeping with Sirens. Like, just being so in like kind of the same realm of post-hardcore, and us never really getting the chance to like work to get to that point to where we could tour with them. That would be like a dream tour for me. Maybe one that nobody would see coming, like Tori Kelly.
You love Tori Kelly.
I would love to tour with Tori Kelly.
Got it.
It wouldn't match at all.
It's not supposed to match. I think the most fun concerts I've been to, it's when it's a variety of bands and a variety of openers and.
Ooh. Last one I'm gonna say is Paramore.
Okay.
Haley Jamaica Williams.
Haley Jamaica. I want that girl to crip walk to Hannah Montana. We would play it just for that.
We're gonna send her a letter.
Our crush. Miss Jamaica.
Miss Jamaica's crazy.
Love you.
Wild.
I think if I was gonna pick like a rock band to tour with, honestly, Bill Murray.
Ooh.
Bill Murray.
That's a good one.
They are so good.
There's a couple bands that aren't around anymore. Envy on the Coast. That's one of my favorites. I would have loved to tour with those dudes. Issues would have been so sick.
Issues would have been
sick. Issues would have been so tight.
Dang it, man.
I think
back, Sky.
I think a left field one would probably be Lucky Day. Lucky Day would be so sick. I love Lucky Day, man.
Again, it would not match, but I feel like it would work so well.
I don't know. I feel like Lucky Day's fans would be on the crowd just like, what are...
What's going on?
I mean, there's two. I mean, they're up there. What is happening? They're up there, though.
gonna see a black guy got on bass, they're like, well, I mean, it's gonna be something. Hold on a minute.
I don't know.
So yeah, that's it for me.
It's weird being the token white guy.
He's the only white guy.
You are the only white
He's
guy.
the only white guy now.
Yeah.
We love you, Brooklyn, by the way. Shout out Brooklyn, our original drummer for this outfit. Like, we love you, dude.
I think it's pretty obvious who I'd tour with or want to.
Seosin.
Seosin.
Oh, yeah. No.
I was like,
Well, I mean, they fit in that category of bands that we never really got the opportunity to do a tour with that match us so well. It's like one of our heaviest influences. So
I would love to tour with them, or I'd love the Midnight if we, somehow do like more retro stuff. Like, I love that band; they're just a great band. And then Paramore. I love Paramore too, so that would be.
If you guys can get sponsored by any brand out there, what do you ideally want to be sponsored by?
Gatorade. And here's why.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar has been setting the precedent for every rapper and every artist everywhere. And I would like to say, as him being the face of your brand, sure, he's Kendrick, but we're a Marionette. Sponsor us. Everything but the lemon lime flavor. I hate that flavor.
All right, that's a way to get a sponsorship. Ron.
Just don't send those.
I would say Topo Chico. I
Okay.
love Topo Chico. Can I do more than one?
Yeah, do more than one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would do Topo Chico. I would love a string endorsement. DR strings would be really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Forgot about instruments.
You can go.
Fender. I would love Chanel, Louis Vuitton.
Hey, yo.
Hey,
Do they sponsor bands?
I don't know, but they got Pharrell. I love Pharrell, and
Just
they
like
got Tyler the
Gatorade.
Creator.
Just like Gatorade.
Golf Wang. I love Tyler. Golf Wang on there too.
Okay.
Spalding.
Hey, listen.
Do
If you
you
don't
golf?
shoot, if you don't shoot like Steph, you're not gonna win. You gotta shoot.
Shoot or shoot.
Have a mean
Shoot or
three-point.
shoot.
You gotta
Have a
shoot.
mean 3-point.
You gotta keep shooting now.
Just quick.
Nikki.
Probably Smoothie King or Baskin Robbins.
Hey.
Really?
I
Or Nielsen CJ's Custard.
CJ's
Not familiar.
Or Sushi Fever.
Sushi Fever's crazy.
Okay.
Sushi Fever's lit.
So you just want food and drink sponsorship.
Yeah,
Fuck
like
him long.
I guess if we're talking that's like world tour status right there.
Okay.
The world tour.
Let's talk music.
Music. Diodario strings.
Okay.
I use Music Man already. I love Music Man, Ernie Ball. Who else? Neural DSP.
Okay.
They have do like the quad cortexy thingy that we use all the time, like for live and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That'd be good.
EVH.
Sure.
Too.
I was gonna say EVH. Ooh, coffee.
We are talking music.
Coffee.
Coffee. Well, the home team had that whole. They did the Onyx thing, and they had the Ryan did his whole. Ryan's a huge coffee fan.
Yeah, I know.
And Ryan and I talk about coffee all the time. And Ryan he got that Onyx coffee. I said, bro, how do I be you, man? So coffee.
Sennheiser and Shure though. Sennheiser
I was about
and
to say,
Shure.
sure, absolutely sure.
Okay.
Like, I like microphones, but you guys make some in-ear molds that are dope, and that would be great.
No,
What are the specialized?
Oh, 64 audio.
6.4 audio. Yeah.
6.4 audio. I don't know.
That's what I use.
That's what's up. 64 audio.
So fingers crossed this gets you guys some sponsorship.
If we get a Gator Spix, you can't tell me nothing if Gatorade sponsors a Marionette. Nothing.
Sponsor. That'd be happy.
Got it.
You get a Chevron sponsorship?
This gas is expensive.
Some Stone Delicious IPA because it's like gluten free, gluten reduced. Anything gluten reduced, I'm in, or gluten free.
I don't drink alcohol, so.
Yeah, I don't really drink.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But yeah.
All right.
Some of it's tasty.
Well, so what is next for a Marionette?
Sleep. Lord. Father heaven. Sleep.
We tired.
There's no time for sleep right now. You can't come back and go to sleep.
Oh, we sure can. We did a lot. We did a lot of stuff, y'all.
When?
We ain't said nothing yet.
They did a lot of stuff.
Man, look.
You just got back.
Sorry.
Lentil says, shut up.
Lentil said no.
Said not today.
Oh my god.
She was right.
Look here.
You never
I've been doing stuff too.
So what's the
As a
what's the
band,
question?
what's next for Amarionette? What are you guys doing?
Shit, we've been writing a lot of music.
always writing music.
Yeah,
That's the stuff.
I'm always like making Ron or somebody else come over and
Now it's me.
record.
It's my responsibility.
He's
It's
our
always
engineer
me now.
Yeah, and then so yeah, I guess writing and recording, that's like a prereq for this band. We're constantly writing music, like constantly.
Might as well be Prince.
Yeah, again, like the vaults is just crazy.
Can we say? Go listen to our song "Lights Out." It's new, it's vibrant.
Vibrant.
It has a a lot of like Q-tip. It has a lot of vibrancy and riffage.
Okay.
I'm singing on it. Like I think I did an okay job.
Okay.
Right.
And then what's after that?
Trap Summers.
Trap Summers.
Is that the actual name of the song?
Yeah.
That's a hard.
It's Trap. The original name of the second song that we're coming out with is Trap Summers are always the best summers, but they just want Trap Summers.
No,
Why?
No. I'm cool with Trap Summers the best summers. I'm down with Trap Summers. That reminds me of 2 Chainz.
Is it?
Well, I like the longer titles because when I was looking at like all of the titles today, like the first Amarionette record, it's like longer titles, like
Cause that's
Screaming is
creativity.
serious. Yeah,
We just
You
like to
gotta
be like
put it
friends
out
with them.
there.
I like that. That's unique. So there you go.
Trap Summers are the best summers. That's all I'm saying.
Future.
Future.
Any live performances coming up?
Just the one.
Just the one.
Just the one for right now. You know, this is like a big, you know, test for us, and just we want to really showcase what we've, you know, obviously our catalog, one, B, making it really special, and then just hopefully building a foundation again with Quinn, and hopefully this go around we have a little bit more groundwork cut out for us. So hopefully we can again just kind of build our numbers and get some more opportunities to either be support for some other big artists, or if we go out by ourselves for a little bit to kind of build and then go out with somebody else, like whatever we need to do. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of opportunity for us, and we're just going to continue to write and record. And just I feel like I'm like a football player, like, hey, I'm just going to go review the film and, like,
We're gonna go make touchdowns.
just gonna go watch the film.
Gotta go win the game.
I gotta go check out the film and make sure and watch the film. You know, like
No.
that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean that's basically just the core. Like this, we wanna make steps properly.
Okay.
So with the advice that we're getting from behind the scenes to just us talking it out and thinking it out, like what's the next move, we want to just be smart about it. And any opportunities come, they come, and that'd be dope. But for right now, we're just super focused on the reunion show, and playing all these old songs has been like I forgot the lyrics to all of them.
Oh man. Well, you got some
Not all
time.
of them. I'm just kidding.
You got some time, and this will be the first time you guys are on stage since 7 years ago. So that's going to be a momentous occasion. I myself am excited to see the footage of it because I will not be there.
Oh no.
I'll be there Saturday.
Tasha, thank you as per usual. We
Aw.
love you. Thank you for always supporting us, and thank you for everything.
Aw, I appreciate that.
So-
You know I love you guys. So anytime
Say thank you to Tasha.
I said thank you. I said I love you.
Just say it again. In here.
Thank you, Tasha.
Thanks, Ron.
Appreciate you, Tasha.
You're amazing.
I just met you, but you're darling. You
Thank
feel
you.
me? Like, you're awesome. Conway's awesome. I love you, Conway. He's not here. He's our drummer.
And thank you for filming.
Yes.
you, Chris.
Shout out to Chris.
What up,
Being
Chris?
amazing. Thank you so much.
Light-skinned wonder. Thank you, Black Punks. We appreciate you.
It is black.
Punk Blacks.
No, S. It's Punk Black.
Punk black.
We love you. I don't know. We're gonna get canceled. We're black.
Our own people.
We're black.
Our own people are gonna cancel us.
God.
What the hell?
And with that, thank you so much, Amarionette. Make sure you keep an eye out for their new singles that are dropping. I think Lights Out just dropped around this time that you're watching this.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
Get yourself a free Slurpee when you listen to Lights Out.
That's not
They're not
valid.
affiliated. Affiliated with us. I'm just saying, it's Slurpee Day.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, what they said. Thank you.